Okay, this video is going to be on cleaning a sewing machine. Look at your manual and hopefully it has some direction in there as to how you should do it. I'm going to just show you step by step how I do mine, and I'd imagine yours is somewhat close. So the tools I'm going to use are a can of air, Q-tips, Phillips and flathead screwdrivers. If you only have ones from your husband's toolbox or whatever, that's fine. Little handled ones are really handy though when you're trying to get into little spaces like this and you don't have much room to work. I got this kit from Walmart for $10. It came with all of this and a cover for your sewing machine, which I forget a lot, but they are handy. They keep dust off of them. So if you have it, use it. A lint brush and some sewing machine oil. I know I've said it again or before, but I'll say it again. It needs to be a specific kind of oil. You can't just be rubbing olive oil on your sewing machine. I don't want anyone to feel intimidated by cleaning their sewing machine and taking it apart and whatnot. My book, I just got it out, the manual for this sewing machine really doesn't get into the cleaning of it. I think I watched a YouTube video and just kind of picked it up from there and did what I felt comfortable doing, and the more times you take it apart, the more times, or the more comfortable you'll feel with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this screw out right here and take this plate off. After undoing that screw, this whole thing comes off. Just one screw holds it on. I'm going to turn it right here and look. You're going to want to get your can of air, squirt it in there. It's usually not too bad up here. Sometimes the thread will bring up some of the lint, especially if you're working with things like felt and fleece that have a lot of lint on them. Other than that, pretty much all I do up here is get my oil, turn my hand wheel, and then anywhere that metal is turning on metal, I don't know if you can see this part in here, just a dot of oil here, a dot of oil there, whenever you see metal touching. I just do one dot on every metal part that's moving against another metal part, and that keeps it running really smoothly. Next thing I'm going to do is slide this off of here so we can get into the bobbin, and I'm going to take off this needle plate so we can get into these feed dogs, these little things down here that help the fabric move through. Get really clogged up with lint if it's not cleaned often enough. Okay, the screws are undone and it just pulls right out. I haven't been being careful with the thread while I've been going, and I've got quite a little knot going on under here. Okay, so for this part, first I go ahead and take my lint brush, and I just want to clean out anything I can reach pretty much. And try and, if you can get the lint out, fine. If you can just knock it down to the bottom, we're going to get down there next. So I just go along here, make sure I just get it as good as I can. You can see, get quite a bit. Sometimes Q-tips come in handy here to get into little tight places, and they get quite a bit of lint and icky stuff on them too, so that helps. Once you feel like you've done as much as you can, I'm obviously not done, but I'm just showing you for the purpose of the video. Put some air in there. Make sure it's as clean as can be, and we'll move on to the next part, which is going to be in the bobbin area. I'm sorry I didn't just mention this. I should have said, if you want to take off your presser foot to give yourself some more room there, you can. If you want to take off the whole shank, you can do that too, and if you're going to do that, remove the needle too so that you're not poking yourself, and that'll give you quite a bit more clearance in here to really get in here and clean it all out. Okay, next thing we're going to do is take out the bobbin casing. I'll take out the bobbin, and then I take out the shuttle also. All this stuff just pops out. This is probably, in my sewing machine anyways, the hardest thing to get back in just right. So if you don't feel comfortable taking it out yet, if yours even comes out, you don't have to do it. It just makes it a lot easier to get, sorry my hand's in the way, but it makes it a lot easier to get in here and get everything cleaned up. So once again, you're going to take the lint brush, do some work with that. We're going to get a Q-tip, do some work with that. I oil this because, as you see when you turn the hand wheel, that's metal on metal moving in there. But once again, just one drop. You don't want your machine to be all oily and get on the thread or anything like that. And can of air while we're at it. Okay, now that we've done all of that, I reassemble the machine. I'll go ahead and just stop right here and talk for a second. If you go about doing all of this and you just can't figure it out, and you can't find anything on YouTube or a Google search or anything like that, go ahead and write me and I will try my darndest to help you figure it out. Cleaning your sewing machine is really super important because, like I said, this thing I think cost me $89 and I want it to last me a long time. I like getting my money's worth out of the product, so I plan on keeping her around for maybe 10 years, you know. So clean your machine. Don't be scared of it. It will all go back together. Just remember where you took your screws from and what part went where, and you should have no problem.